We're here at the Oil States stand, and I'm delighted to be speaking to Mike Hogan. Again, I think it's 4 years since we last spoke, and I'm sure we spoke even before then. The conversation in the energy industry has certainly changed quite dramatically in the past 4 years, and I know your product line has also changed, and you've got them here today, haven't you?
Well, thank you. It's so good to meet you again, and thanks for inviting me to the show here.
Pleasure.
Yes, we've been busy working over that last 4 years, working on products that address the energy transition needs. And one of the most important ones is our FTLP wind platform. And it's basically a product that builds on our 40 years of credibility in deep water oil production. The TLP is a product that we have an Oil States product on virtually every one of 28 installations around the world. But adapting that technology to wind platform, we came up with a novel architecture that we've worked to make it modular so that it's manufacturable here in Scotland, transportable over the roads, adaptable to virtually any type of port, and these benefits get assembled in a way that we'll have a platform that's extremely stable. It uses 50% less steel than a floating production platform, and it employs technology and manufacturing techniques that we've already qualified. So this is a very high technology readiness, and it's ready for the water depths that wind farms are targeting these days, and we're very excited to be supporting that energy transition with this strategic system.
It's just a splendid example of technology that has grown up through the oil and gas industry that can now be taken into the renewable sector and further developed. The skills and the intelligence that's been involved through the industry is now adapting.
Yeah, we're very excited ourselves. It feels like we're starting over again. It's some of the frontiers some of our old folks remember from the deep water production time.
Yeah.
So it's appropriate we're presenting here at Offshore Europe.
And you mentioned you have I think 3 new products that you've developed over the last 4 years.
That's right. One of the interesting ones in a completely different area, we're partnering with a company called Pipotech that offers a revolutionary gasket for industrial flanges, for nitrogen systems, for downstream oil production, plastics, hydrogen. It's a zero emissions gasket, and it addresses a leakage problem that is a problem all around the world. There are statistics that say that 30% of the fugitive emissions come from gaskets, and this is the solution.
And allow me as well to bring in the third project, which centres in the subsea mining industry, which is not something that we hear a lot about. It's still quite a new evolving sector, isn't it?
Right. We've been excited to take our offshore riser technology and partner with, on 3 projects so far to position for subsea mining. Subsea mining of minerals that are going to be needed to produce the batteries to support electrical vehicles. And Oil States is the first to get a DNV approved system. And, we're going through the preparatory stages to begin this essential activity to make sure that there are minerals to support, the battery production that's going to be required.
And do you think this is a sector of the underwater industry that will be growing?
Yes, it's a little bit hard to gauge what our commercial activity will be from it, but there will be many risers required for this type work. And it'll have to be done carefully. It's good that they're using the experience that offshore operators such as ourselves have gained to make sure that we have safe systems that are effective, and that can be project delivered in time to support the necessary activity.
Mike, so much is changing all around us in an industry. And offshore Europe itself is 50 years old. And through the years, you've been coming to offshore Europe. What are some of the changes that you've noticed through the years?
Well, working backwards, one of the principal ones is this beautiful P&J Live Center. For many, many years we met, near the test sites and so forth, and that was a great, great experience. Another thing that's really great about our industry is we meet engineers that we've worked with for years, some working for and sometimes working against, but we always work together in terms of trying to make the most careful and technologically safe products. And that has always been the offshore attitude. And I think, in the transition, we can be, very helpful, ourselves and companies, our sister and brother companies.
Well, it's lovely to see you here again, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the show. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much. May I add one other product that we're really proud of? One of them is this final one is basically an MMTD riser joint. It provides for drilling production, but we can take the packer joints and remove them internally within the riser without disconnecting the riser. It's the only MMPD joint in the market that does that. And that's been developed, and I think we've sold the first 3 in the last 2 years. So we're looking to, forward to see, the commercial growth of that sector. But again, thanks for letting me add that on.
No, a pleasure. Thank you very much, Mike. Good to see you as always. Thank you.